Good morning to everyone. I am Mahalakshmi, Associate Professor, Department of Commerce, Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute. Today is going to talk about entrepreneurial development programs. First of all, meaning of entrepreneurial development program is a person to design strengthening and motive and skills required to the effectively. Now going to about the objectives of the entrepreneurial development programs. First of all, what are the objectives? Objectives means aims and goals of the entrepreneurial development programs. Developing and strengthening entrepreneurial quality in them. First of all, quality. Second one is analyzing environmental surroundings. Setups to small business and industries. And selecting the project. Selecting the project means you selected the business concerns. Next one is formulating the project. Formulation means what are the steps to be taken, that is come under the formulating the projects. Next one, understanding the process and procedures of setting up small enterprises. Next, knowing the process of assistance available for setting up an enterprise. Acquiring the necessary managerial skills for managing the enterprises. Then, knowing the pros and cons of the being entrepreneur. What is a pros means advantages and cons means the disadvantages of being an entrepreneur. Then identifying and training potential entrepreneur. Training is a very need for the entrepreneur, that is a businessman or trader or any business trading activities. Then providing post-training assistance. Post-training means what are the assistant to be helped from the improvement of the entrepreneur. Next is solving unemployment problems. These are the objectives of the entrepreneurial development programs. Next, who is providing the entrepreneurial training? So training is very needed for the entrepreneurial programs. Then is provided qualified trainers. Then success of the EDPs. EDP means entrepreneurial development programs depends on the trainers. There should be a competent. Competent means it is at a competitive examinations and qualified. Trainer must be fully acquainted with whatever is latest in the respective field. There are different types of entrepreneurial training programs are organized in different countries to suit the local conditions. Next, what are the roles of the entrepreneurial development programs? First ones is the utmost important instrument to solve the problems of poverty and unemployment. It ensures it through the establishment of SSI. SSI means small scale industries all over the nations. The following are the roles of the EDPs. First one, simulatory. What is meant by simulatory means is motivating and encouraging of that role of that product. Then supportive of the role. What is meant by supportive? That is assistance, extra and ancillaries role of that product. Then sustaining role. Sustaining means keep up, maintain and continue the product. Then socio-economic role. These are the roles of the EDPs. Next, going to needs of the entrepreneurial development program. What are the needs? It needs removal of industrial slums, sometimes backward area, because it leads for the decentralization of industries. Then second one needs, it facilitates harnessing of locally available resources which are abundant by providing training and educating to entrepreneurs. Then third one is going to needs about entrepreneurial development programs. It diffuses social tensions by diverting unemployed youth for small employment. Young youth feels frustrated in the absence of employment. Then entrepreneur mobilize ideas, savings of the people into the productive investments and thereby helps in the state of capital formations. And the last needs of the entrepreneurial development program aids helps in improving standard of living of the people. What are the courses of curriculum of the entrepreneurial programs? In India, the courses curriculum of entrepreneurial development programs are uniform. Duration of the training program is usually ranges between 6 to 4 weeks. The ideal number in a group is 30 to 35. It consists of 6 inputs, namely, first one, introduction of entrepreneurship, then motivating entrepreneur, imparting managerial skills, and explore the support system of procedure and guidance to conduct of the feasibility studies, taking the field activities. First of all, introduction about the entrepreneurs development, entrepreneurship. What is it? Introduction to entrepreneurship. The first stage. What is the first stage means? The trainees are introduced to the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. It is exposed to general knowledge of entrepreneurship, namely role of entrepreneurs in economic development of the nations, qualities of an entrepreneur, facilities available for establishing small enterprises. It is an introduction about the entrepreneurship. So second one is going to motivating entrepreneur. What is motivating? Once the fundamentals of entrepreneurship are made known as a trainees, the next step is a taking initiative to motivate them towards entrepreneurship. At the stage, efforts are taken to inject confidence and positive attitudes among the participants towards a business. It aims in strengthening achievements, needs self-awareness, confidence building, and creativity, etc. Now, third one is importing managerial skills. It is a must for running an enterprise, whether big or small. Especially, it is true in the case of small enterprise when our entrepreneur cannot afford to employ management experts to manage the business. Therefore, imports because it's a basic and necessary managerial skills in various functional areas of management like finance, production, marketing, and human resources management. Then fourth one is exposure to support system and procedures. Is one of the next stages. It provides a formulated by the government, various industrial services agencies, financial instructions, etc., which aid in setting up and running the enterprise in a country. Thus, enables to participants to know about the support available from different institutions and agencies for setting up of the enterprises. Next one is guidance to the contact feasibility studies. Guidance means to be giving some of the ideas given to the entrepreneur development. That is knowledge about the conduct of feasibility systems in the must for the trainees. Hence, the course contents consist of guidance to the trainees in the area of the conducting feasibility studies. Under this input, trainees are provided with information and counselings as to be various business opportunities in the area in which EDP is conducted. Last point taking for the field visits. So under this input, trainees are taken to industries to face formalize them with the real life situations of the entrepreneurs in the small business. It gives them first-hand knowledge and explore to the participants regarding the problems as well as the process of an industrial concerns. Sometimes successful entrepreneurs are invited to speak on their experience during the course of the ADPs, which enables the trainees to have an idea about the entrepreneurships. Next, going about the evaluated of the entrepreneurial development programs. So, contact now become a common in India. Every year, hundreds of entrepreneurial development programs are conducted by about 686 organizations to give entrepreneurial training. Thousands of participants are attending the program will not help developing the nations. The need of the hour is making them to start a venture. In other words, its success depends upon turning the participation to the entrepreneur. Some of the criteria for evaluating the EDP is first one, activity level of the respondents, new enterprise creations, employment generation is qualified terms. Then fourth point, creation of job opportunities both directly and indirectly. Then fifth one, increase in the sales and profit. Then sixth one, enterprise expansions. Then enterprise transformations, improvement in quality of products or services, repayment of loans, total investments made, investment and fixed assets made, lost, the number of people marketed. Hence, EDP has various methods of entrepreneurial trainings. Then is a individual training, then group training, lecture method and written instruction methods, demonstration method, conference methods, meetings. First of all, individual trainings. A single individual is selecting for training under this method. This method of training is most suited where a complicated skills is to be taught to the individuals. Then group training. This method of training is more suitable for the group of individuals with a similar type of work and where similar general instructions are to be given to all. Lecture method. Under this method, the instructor communicates in theory the practices to be followed by the trainees. Whatever are the queries, clarifications, or doubts of the trainees, these are cleared on the spot. Written instruction method. This method aims at providing written material for future reference by the learners. This method is generally adopted where a standardization production system is followed. Next one, demonstration method. This method aims at providing practical exposure to the trainees by the trainer for better understanding. Trainer, while giving demonstrations, explains at length minute details of the performance of the work. Then conference method. Under this method, experts in different fields shares their ideas aimed at providing knowledge to trainees for improving their effectiveness. Last methods, it's a meetings. This methods aims at providing opportunities to the trainees to discuss various problems, confirming them. This methods enables them to exchange ideas and views on their various issues and finally arrive at firm conclusions based on the discussions. Next is Safit. What are the factors of entrepreneurial performances? First one, social cultural background of the entrepreneur. Second one is a knowledge of ability of the entrepreneur. Financial strength. Fourth one is a environmental variables. First of all, social cultural background of the entrepreneur. First one, social cultural background of the entrepreneur. That is called simply SB. This implies the environment in which the entrepreneur was born and brought up. It conditions the values and attitudes of the entrepreneur. Then motivation force, that is called MF. It implies the motives which prompt a person to undertake entrepreneurship, that is wealth, status, self-employment, etc. Then third one, knowledge and abilities of the entrepreneur, that is shortly KA. It refers to the education, training and experience of the entrepreneur. And fourth one is a financial strength, that is called FS. It means the funds which an entrepreneur can mobilize from the internal and external sources. Then fifth one is a environmental variables. These consist of government policies, market conditions, availability of technology and labor situations. Then symbolically, entrepreneur programs EP is represented in the following ways. EP is equal to F, that is includes SB, AMF and KA, FS and KV. Next, going to talk about important institutions providing assistance for entrepreneurial development at the national level and the state level. At the national level, what are the providing assistance? First one, Small Industry Development Corporations, that is SIDC. Then second one, Industrial Development Bank of India, IDBI. Third one, Industrial Finance Corporation of India, that is IFCI. Then Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, ICICI. National Small Scale Industry Development Corporations, NSSIDC. Then sixth one is a Small Industries Development Bank of India, SIDBI. Then next one, Khadi and Village Industry Centers, KVIC. The National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development, Then NABARD, that is NABARD. Then National Institute of Small Industries Extension Trainings, NISIET. Then Science and Technology of Entrepreneur Spark, STEP, that is STEP, at the state level. Small Industries Service Institute at SISI. Then Districts Industrial Center, DIC. Then State Financial Corporations, SFC. Then State Small Industry Corporations, SSIC. Then State Industries for Promotion Corporations, SIPC. Management Institute and voluntary organizations. These are the state level assistant to for the entrepreneurial developments. Then achievements of the entrepreneurial development programs. What is meant by achievement? It plays a very important role in the economic development. Entrepreneurs act as agents in the process of industrializations and economic growth. Technologically, process alone cannot lead economic development unless technological back economic use by the entrepreneurs. Then entrepreneurial development program enables the entrepreneur in initiating and sustaining the process of economic development for the following ways. First one, creation of employment opportunities. What is meaning that unemployment is one of the most important problems confronting developing and underdevelopment countries. It enables prospective entrepreneurs in the selling up their own units, thus enabling them to get self-employment with the setting of the more and more units by entrepreneurs both on small and large scale. Numerous jobs opportunities and created by the others. Entrepreneur is a way to get an opportunity to lead an independent and the honorable life. At the same time, they enable others in getting gainful employment. Second one is a capital formations. It is not possible to set up an enterprise without adequate funds. Entrepreneur, as an organizer of factors of productions, employs his own as well as borrowed resources for the setting up of his enterprise. Entrepreneur mobilize ideal savings of the public and put them into the productive use. In this way, he helps in capital formations, which is so essential for the industrial and economic development of the country. Third point is achievement is a balanced regional developments. That is, small scale units can be set up in industrial background and remote areas with limited financial resources. The successful EDPs assist in the accelerating the pace of industrialization in these backward areas and reduce the centralizations of the economic power in the hands of the few. Entrepreneur feels like taking advantages of the various concessions and the subsidies offered by the state and central government. Then fourth one is the use of local resources. In the absence of many initiative, local response are likely to remain unutilized. Proper use of these resources can result in the progress or development of the areas and the two at lower cost. Alter entrepreneurs seizes the opportunities and exploit it in the best interest in the areas of and industries. Effective EDPs can help in the proper use of the local resources by providing guidance, assistance, education, and training to the respective entrepreneur. Then, fifth point of the achievement of the EDP is improvement in the per capita income. Entrepreneurs are always on the lookout for opportunities. They explore and exploit the opportunities. Entrepreneurs take leads in the organizing various factors of production by putting them into the productive use through the setting up of the enterprise. More enterprises will lead to more production, employment, and generations of wealth in the form of the goods and services. It will result in the increase in the overall productivity as per the capital income in the country. The EDPs plays a positive role in the setting of more units and this help in the generation of more unemployment and income. Then sixth point of the achievement is improvement in the standard of living. is adopting by latest innovations help in the productions of wide variety of goods and services. By making efficient use of the resources, they start producing more or better quality and that too at low cost. This enables them to ensure easy availability of better quality products at lower prices to the consumer, which result in the improvement in the standard of living of the people. Then economic independence, that is, enable a country to provide wide variety of better quality goods and services and to competitive prices. They develop substitute of the goods being imported and thus prevent over dependence on foreign countries and at the same time help in the savings of the precious foreign exchange. Export promotions and import substitutions thus help in the promoting economic independence of the economic. Next one is a preventing industrial slums. It means industrial development areas are faced with problems of industrial slums, which result in overall burdening of civic amenities and one adverse impact of the health of the people. Dispersal of industries can help in the overcoming of its then growing problems. EDPs can help in preventing spread of industrial slums by providing various incentives, subsidies, and infrastructural support to entrepreneurs for setting up their enterprises in industrial background areas. This will help in reducing pollutions and overtaking of civics amenities. Then, ninth point is reducing social tensions. Then unemployment amongst the young and educated people is emerging as the major causes of social unrest. People can bound to feel frustrated if they fail to get gainful employment after completions of their educations. Then entrepreneur development programs can help in the channelizing his talent of his section of society in the right direction by providing proper guidance, training and assistance for setting up their enterprises. This result in the generation of self-employment and prevention of social tension, unrest, etc. The last point is a facilitating overall development. An entrepreneur acts as a catalytic agent for change with the result in the chain reactions with the setting up of the enterprise. The process of industrialization is set in motions. This unit will generate demand for various types of inputs required by it, and there will so many other units which will require the output of the unit. This leads to overall development of the area due to increase in demand and setting up more and more units there. Next, problem faced by the entrepreneur development programs. These are the points to be problems faced by that lack of specializations, specialized organizations. Lack of adequate number of specialized organizations is first and foremost problem of EDPs. Even the organizations which are functioning in the field are lack in commitment and sincerity. In most of the cases, EDPs are used as a means of generating funds for these organizations. Hence, there is a lack of motivations among the organizations to create interest among participants to become the entrepreneurs. Second one is a lack of trainers. Trainers are not found in adequate number. Even those who are available are not dedicated to the job. They are not found up to the level to motivate the participate to start their ventures. Third one, lack of conducive environment is another problem of EDPs. It makes a trainer's role ineffective. Then selection of wrong trainees. The trainee selected for attaining EDP should have interest in the field of entrepreneurship. Otherwise, it will be the mere waste. Then programs to be conducted to motivate the trainers to start their own ventures. It is done. Does not result in creating interest in starting a venture. It will result is a utter failure of that entrepreneur development program. Then fifth point is going to selection of wrong projects. Sometimes projects selected should be the potential ones so that entrepreneurs can succeed in their ventures. But most of the time, the projects selected are unsuitable to the situations and the trends prevalent in the business environment. The main reason for that it is a lack of knowledge on the part of the trainees as well as trainers. Then is the apathetic attitudes in the support agencies. Apathetic attitudes of the supportive agencies such as banks, financial institutions, etc. Support entrepreneurs stands as another hurdle in the success of the EDPs. Then lack of entrepreneurial develop environmental and cultures. In our country, there is a lack of entrepreneurial environmental and culture which is must for the healthy development and entrepreneurship is in the country. If the environment is not conducive, entrepreneurs may find it difficult to start their ventures. Lack of support. After training, entrepreneurs need adequate counseling, support services, etc. for grounding their projects. In our country, follow-up action is not adequate, which creates a lot of troubles to entrepreneurs. So, I'm going to talk about various phases of the EDPs. That is pre-training phases and training phases and post-training phases. That is for the post-training phases, that is follow-up phases. First one, the pre-training phases. First one, selection of area, the selection of courses coordinator, then arrangement of infrastructure and conduct of industrial survey of identifiable goods business of the opportunity, formulating the program. Under the formulating program, publishing the program, establishing contacts, printing the entry forms, distribution of entry forms, then appointing selection committee to select trainees, getting sanction from the concerned department of the government, then analyzing the syllabus, arranging guest faculties. Then sixth point for the pre-training phases is getting support from the various agencies such as DICs, SFCs and SISI, etc. Then training phase. It involves three phases, which is raising motivational level, that is confidence building. Second one is improvement of managerial talents. Third one is developing the technical competency. Then third point is a posting train phases, that is follow-up phases. First one, registration of the enterprises, arranging finance for starting the unit, guidance with respect to purchase of plant and machinery, providing land, power connections, etc. for establishing the project, obtaining of license for scarce raw materials, granting incentives such as capital, investment, subsidy, interest subsidy, tax relief, etc. Then assistance by way of management consultancy, marketing facilities, up-to-date information of the industry. This way may say that the healthy development entrepreneurs and enterprises, all these three phases are necessary. Thank you.